Pokemon Ultimate Adventures by Mikazuki. Location: Tealville Streets. Ash sneezed as he walked down the streets. Ugh! What was that all about? He asked, wiping his nose. Ash fell face flat to the ground. That was payback for what you did back there! Aquamarine yelled, standing on Ash's head. Why you? Ash reached up and grabbed both of Aquamarine's ankles, tripping him. He got up and swung Aquamarine around by his legs and tossed him into the wall. You again? You wanna fight? Ash charged at Aquamarine. Not now, you idiot! Aquamarine shouted as he uppercutted Ash, sending him flying. I'm only here to give you this! He tossed a letter to him. What's this? Ash looked at it. A challenge note? A challenge note! What does it look like? Aquamarine yelled, running off. Fine then! Ash opened the letter. Sure enough. I challenge you. Meet me tomorrow in the Green Forest clearing near the lake. Bring whatever Pokemon or weapons you need, and come alone. But it won't matter anyway, because I'm going to kill you and your friends should you decide to bring them along. This does not include Misty. P.S. This message will now self-destruct. Huh? Ash stared at the last part. He lay on the ground. Ouch! I guess he wasn't happy about me taking his money. He should have done that when I officially beat him. Location: Ebby's place. Yo! Ow! Ow! Ash yelled. Quit whining! Misty tied a bandage onto his arm, a little too tightly. He was struggling so much that Bayleaf had to restrain him with vines. I'm trying to help you, and this is also practice for me when I become a doctor in the future. Well, doctors usually practice on cadavers, Ash spoke through clenched teeth. If you don't stop whining, I will be practicing on a cadaver, Misty said threateningly, shutting Ash up. She reached for the end of the bandage on Ash's arm, and in order to tighten it, she put her foot on Ash's arm, grabbed the bandage with both hands, and gave it a good yank. Ash's eyes opened wide from that last bit. He didn't make a sound, but inside, he was screaming. There! All better! Misty clapped her hands and slapped Ash on the back reassuringly. I guess by now, you'll learn not to train your Pokemon using pester balls. As soon as she left, Ash fell to the floor on his back. The torture session was over. Even Melanie was a great healer, but she didn't make the cut because she wasn't a Nurse Joy, said Ash. Now in Misty's case, next time I'm injured, I'll try and strangle myself to death. That'll be much gentler, he groaned. Ebby walked into the room and looked at him. Ash, he sweat dropped. Next time you're mortally injured, you come to me for medical help. He held up a large tomato. This is a Maxim tomato, the very same they use in Kirby games, as well as the Smash Brothers tournaments. Because I was an employee there, Ebby, shut up and give me the tomato. A few minutes later, Ash ripped the bandages off his arm and sighed in relief for getting them off. If he'd left them on any longer, he would have gotten gangrene. He wiggled his fingers, allowing the circulation to pass through. He was still sore, but any cuts, bruises, or burns had been healed. Man, those Maxim tomatoes sure come in handy. Hey, Ebby, do you think I could put some in the No! Ebby snapped at him. Just because I help you a bit doesn't mean I'll give you everything for free. Those things are really rare, and if you want them, it's gonna cost ya. Never mind, Ash interrupted him. Pikachu closed his eyes and sighed. As Misty opened the door and walked out, Ash got up and followed her. Should I tell her about Aquamarine? When I opened that letter bomb, for a split second, I saw it say that I was to come alone. Should I go by myself? Ash thought back to what Misty had told him about going out and doing stupid things. Flashback. Well, I may have a few bruises, but I'm fine. During the past few years, I've been zapped, scorched, drowned, whipped, frozen, fallen off a cliff, and bashed up big time, each on more than one occasion. I'm alive and unharmed. What more could you want? Misty slapped him in the face and glared at him, her face red and burning with anger, with a small tear in the corner of her eye. You can start by not being so stupid! With that, she stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind her. End flashback. Ouch, Ash thought to himself. No, she doesn't need to know, and I think she'd be much happier not knowing about this. The same thing as me having enough money to get her a Ferrari instead of some ratty old bike, he thought to himself. He didn't know how strong Aquamarine was, but he'd have to prepare for this match. Location: Green Forest Lake. The night had passed much quicker than Ash could have wanted. After that bombing he'd gotten from Aquamarine, he just didn't feel as confident about beating him up. It was around 6 o'clock in the morning, and Misty, Brock, and Ebby were still asleep and wouldn't know he was missing. Although the Quicksilver was a pretty good weapon for fighting, it wouldn't be that strong against a spear. While Misty was asleep, Ash left her mallet, but took the bigger, badder sledgehammer. She wouldn't notice, because she was always using the mallet anyway. Are you ready, Pikachu? You and Bayleaf are going to be our main fighters in this match, he asked Pikachu. Pika! Pikachu answered. Good, Ash said. Suddenly, he sensed something. Danger! Javelin rain! Aquamarine yelled. Wah! Ash dove out of the way of the javelins. So, you finally arrived! Aquamarine stepped out from the trees and smirked. Bow! Aquamarine fell on his back when Ash bashed his head with the sledgehammer. Again with the spears! Will you quit trying to hit me with those things? Ash yelled. Then he pulled the Quicksilver and blocked when Aquamarine shot the harpoon from the gun. No! Aquamarine pressed a button on the gun that reeled in the harpoon. This is a serious match! What do you mean? Ash crossed his arms. This isn't just any match, you know, Aquamarine yelled. This is not about me, it's about Misty! What does this have to do with her? Ash yelled. Everything! Aquamarine yelled, and dashed towards Ash with his trident. Wah! Ash jumped out of the way. Aquamarine missed, and got his trident stuck in the tree. Ash growled, grabbed onto Aquamarine's hair, and smashed his face into the trunk. Hey, what is this? I thought this was supposed to be a Pokemon battle! Well, you obviously were expecting something other than a Pokemon match, seeing how you brought that sledgehammer along. What's the matter? Too scared to fight in a rupture match? Aquamarine growled. Rupture what? Ash wondered, but Aquamarine broke his train of thoughts. Tidal Spear! Ha! Aquamarine yanked the trident out of the tree trunk and slashed. Even though it didn't hit Ash directly, it left a blue trail of energy, and the shockwave it sent through the air was enough to send him flying and hitting the ground with a loud thud. Ow! Ash got up. Pikachu stood on all fours, and his cheeks were sparking. You act that way around Misty! It's unforgivable! She deserves better than you! Harpoon strike! Aquamarine yelled, and fired the harpoon from the gun. Ash tilted his head to the side, missing it. Deserves better? What are you talking about? Ash yelled, attaching the Quicksilver to his right arm in the weapon shield mode and holding the sledgehammer with both hands. Deserves someone with a big mouth, full of hot air and such lousy aim? Yeah, right! This isn't gonna be a measly Pokemon battle who decides who's better with Pokemon! Aquamarine yelled and pulled out the trident. This battle is far more important! This one will determine which of us is worthy of Misty's feelings! Will you quit it with the babbling long enough to give me a straight explanation? Ash shouted. We're both similar, we're both powerful trainers, we're both strong fighters, and we both want Misty! Aquamarine tightened his grip on the trident. Now this is a test of skills, strength, and who's worthier of her hand! What?! Ash's face went red, with both embarrassment and rage. Oh, shut up and let's battle! Pikachu, attack! He told Pikachu. Whatever this jerk is talking about, I want to beat some sense into him! Ash Ketchum, if you're truly worthy of her, then you'd be able to beat me! Aquamarine yelled. Prepare to lose! Ogopogo, I choose you!